Branched chain amino acids, on the other hand, are definitely starting to see a death now, particularly because of the amount of research that has come out about them. So branched chain amino acids are 3 of the 20 amino acids found in your whey protein, basically, or in any protein. And it was thought for a long time they're kind of the main amino acids that trigger muscle building and trigger muscle protein synthesis, so that they're pushed as this kind of, you can give yourself this extra boost. But the way I would probably describe them is it's like switching on a light switch if there's no power behind you can switch on muscle protein synthesis with the branched chain amino acids, but if you don't have the raw materials of the other 17 amino acids, they're bugger all use.
Yes.
So if you're having, this has been shown time and again in the most recent research, that if you've got enough protein in your diet, branched chain amino acids do nothing.
Thank you. It's nice to have someone else say that, because I was going to say the exact same thing.
They literally do nothing, and they are very cheap for supplement companies to produce. They literally kind of these raw powders that they can just mix together very, very cheaply and sell them at a great markup. And they really just do nothing. So that is a big avoid on that one. Then creatine,
Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, and then creatine is aside from all that, actually another easy recommendation for me most of the time. It's essentially the fuel that your cells needs throughout your body is ATP. The P is ferrophosphate, and creatine phosphate essentially gives your body more of these phosphate molecules to create and recycle energy. So you can think of it as adding more immediate fuel to the fuel tank of your muscles, your organs, your brain, all this stuff. And again, it's another supplement that has a huge body of research behind it. It's incredibly safe. It is effective. It's one of those ones that we know does, yes, you have non-responders to it, but if you're a responder, it is incredibly effective. And it's incredibly cheap, which is fantastic. It's this is one where, like, this is the win for the common people, because supplement companies can't really do much else. Like, creatine is creatine. It's cheap to produce. They sell it for cheap, and it works. So it's one that's also not going to break the bank in terms of adding it to your regimen. So
you mean to say that creatine is not a steroid?
Oh no! Yeah, did you know? Yeah, that's the classic misconception as well. No, I mean, creatine is found in your, particularly in red meat and animal products like that, but to really reach what we call like muscle fullness, muscle saturation of creatine, you really have to supplement. And again, it's very easy. You just 3 to 5 grams a day, every day, till the end of time, and then you'll eventually saturate your muscles full of creatine, and it's just going to give you that particularly explosive power. So when we're talking about kind of any kind of strength training, in terms of, if we're talking about rep ranges, about 8 to 10 reps, you're probably going to start running out of creatine and not using that pathway. Even that's on the high end of things, but it is going to help you just with that slight bit of endurance when it comes to your strength training. But there's also some really good quality research behind just using creatine as a health promoting supplement, particularly in what we call, like, I hate the word detox, but liver detoxification. What your liver doesn't actually, you don't need a supplement for, but when your liver filters out these toxins and stuff that it needs to filter out in what we call like phase 1 detoxification, it uses creatine and it uses ATP, it uses energy, it uses phosphate to help that process. So creatine there's been some interesting studies to show that it helps with that. And then also, weirdly, but it kind of makes sense because your brain needs energy. In terms of cognitive function, attention span, and some other mental health, as in brain health, not mental health, brain health benefits, creatine's been shown to have some big positives there as well. So it more and more just becomes kind of a no-brainer. If you're vaguely into training or vaguely into fitness, you throw 5 grams, a very small scoop, into your protein shake, and you're golden.
Hi, thanks for watching this clip. If you enjoyed this content, click here to watch the full unedited version of this episode.